It's the Tuck and Tuck Show, brought to you by Prestige Detailing. Take pride in your ride. The Arb at Tappan Square. Wings, sandwiches, smoothies, and more. Oberlin Weekly. Real Oberlin stories, real Oberlin people. Now let's welcome the hosts of Tuck and Tuck Show, Ahmad and Khalid.
What's up with you, Oberlin? This is Tuck and Tuck, back at the house once again. Another week has gone by. We are back in the studio once again. What's going on, bro?
This week we have a special guest with us. We have Yvonne Chisholm from Classie Cakes by Yvonne. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And you are our first guest that's not from Oberlin. You're from Elyria.
Well, I'm from Lorraine, but I've lived in Elyria for over 20 years.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So to tell us,
I don't think it really matters.
No.
Man. We're right next to each other.
So since we're here, we're not going to go right into the interview. We're going to do like topics like we normally do.
Oh, we want to do topics?
Yeah,
First
since
topics?
She's here and she can chime in on the topics.
That works for me.
Because she's a sports fan. She's pretty knowledgeable about everything. So that won't be a problem. So normally I would thank last week's guests, Gilbert, Isaiah and
Luke.
They were great. We had a great time with them, and I appreciate them coming on the show. So this week we got the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes are gone. I don't think
didn't
they're
look
going
good.
anywhere, man. I think they're done.
They didn't look good. Did you see the game?
I did. I watched some of it. I was working.
You were working? You a big Buckeye fan?
I am a Buckeye fan.
Not a Browns fan.
It's not that I'm not a Browns fan. I just happen to be a Steelers fan.
Oh,
but I still watch the Browns.
The Steelers.
We had a former Browns player. I mean, former Steelers player.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Second show, Antoine.
Do you watch the show at all?
I do watch the show.
Okay.
I've watched a few.
She missed that episode.
I did miss that one. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one.
She's at her profession. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Then when we introduce her for her profession, we'll clear all that up.
All right. So today the Browns actually won the game.
They beat Tom Brady, man. That's
beat
big.
Tom Brady. I was surprised by that.
Apparently, all of us can beat Tom Brady.
No, Tom Brady's a pretty good guy.
Man, is it time to go to break yet? Because I'm not listening to all this. You're not going. The Browns, if they win, we're not going to dog them when they win.
I'm not dogging them at all. I'm just saying Tom Brady is in a different place in his career than he was last year, the year before. He's not the same Tom Brady as he was.
Brady's divorced.
Yeah, you think that has an effect on him?
I think a lot of your personal life. When you take that on the field, it hurts you. It hurts you.
I agree. I totally agree.
I don't.
I do.
When Kobe Bryant was up for that case,
I broke up with a girl, man. I couldn't I couldn't make a basket to save my life, man. That's how it goes, man.
You broke up. Who'd you break up with?
I'm not telling you that because you know all my girlfriends pretty much.
What year was it?
I'm not saying nothing else. That's it.
You were in high school?
I'm not saying nothing else, dude.
Well, we got an idea of who that could be.
Like you said, I don't want to talk about it.
All right, well, we won't talk about it. So the Steelers play tomorrow, right?
They play tonight.
Who they play?
8:30. They play tonight. 8:30
tomorrow.
Colts.
Monday
That's
night.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Steelers are terrible this year too, just like the Browns. And they're not going to get any better till they get a quarterback.
We're not going to get any better for a while.
Because Kenny
building period.
Kenny Pickett's not the
He's
answer.
not the one.
So,
Definitely not the one.
Don't look sad. It'll be okay. You're just welcome to our world. Now that you don't have a quarterback.
It's rough.
It can be. It is rough. So since we have you on the show already, let's go back. Let's start back from before you got to bakery. What did you do before you had the bakery?
Before I had the bakery, I was a hospital liaison for skilled nursing facilities. I did that for about 20 years. And I actually did cakes out of my house as a side gig for about 10 years before I decided to open the bakery. I actually put my daughter through University of Cincinnati with cake money. And then my second daughter got a full ride to school. So I thought that was a good time to try to branch out and open a bakery because, go for your dreams.
That's what you wanted to do. That's what you really wanted to do is open a bakery.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
So when you opened the bakery, that had to be a big life-changing decision for you.
It really was.
So you open this bakery, and it starts out pretty good. You got some problems starting out. Mm-hmm. But then the pandemic hits.
6 months into the bakery, COVID hit.
So how did you deal with that?
It was rough.
Was
It was rough. It was really rough because, you had to stop your indoor traffic. We had to close the bakery down for a while. I was just doing a couple orders here and there. A lot of people were canceling. I had thousands and thousands of dollars worth of wedding cakes that I had to return because a lot of people had to cancel. Their large events.
Wow.
So it was rough.
Yeah. So now you have the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting back after COVID. You're getting back on your feet. Mm-hmm. Everything's starting to get better. You're coming out of it.
Yep.
So then you discover you have cancer.
Diagnosed with breast cancer. Yeah.
So when you're first diagnosed, that comes about, what's the first thing that goes to your mind? Let me say this. The day you told me that, we're pretty good friends. Mm-hmm. You told me that. I left out of there in tears because I was so concerned about what's going to happen to you. Like, that don't sound good at all. Because you were telling me, what do you tell me? Tell us what happened.
Well, literally, I was on a cruise in January, bathing suit, sitting back in recliners, nothing. And then February, I leaned back in my recliner and an egg-shaped lump stuck out of my breast. And I figured it was kind of bad. A lot of people kept saying, well, as long as it's large and it hurts a little bit, then it's not cancer. So I was able to get into the doctor eventually. And as soon as she seen it, she automatically said she believes that it was breast cancer. She did a biopsy that day, called me a couple days later, and I was diagnosed with stage 3A breast cancer.
Okay, now, I don't know how stages go. So what stage 3, where is that really bad?
It's pretty bad. It was all invasive. So it was the whole breast was covered and it was into my chest wall. And then in my, the stage 3 tells that part. And then the A is, it was in my lymph nodes in the side of my arm.
That's that's where it's really bad.
So when I had surgery, they took out 11. Did she?
Yeah. They caught it early.
Good.
So did you go through you haven't had your mammograms?
I've always had my mammograms. The only time I did not have my mammograms was in 19 I had it, 20 and 21 I did not have it because of COVID, my business, it was just a lot. And then, so I have been having them. I've been having mammograms since I was 35 because breast cancer runs in my family.
Right. Lady, it's really important to get that done every 6 months. I mean, it's like men with prostate cancer. Get it done.
Unfortunately, insurance companies will only pay for you to get them annually.
Yeah.
So not even every 6 months. But in my case, it would have helped to have gotten it. So that was the hardest thing. Like I didn't have it, and then but it grew so fast that even if I had have gotten it a year ago, it may not have shown up as way it did because literally it was growing before I was able to get in to actually see the doctor. They had scheduled me for a month and a half out because of COVID, and there were so many backups with doctors and everything. People were just finally getting in to see the doctors. So it was literally, it had grown so fast that I was like showing my sister's pictures. I'm like, look at this, on FaceTime. And it was actually growing within that month of me not having seen a doctor. It was growing that fast. So it was actually the most worst thing I've ever got through.
Yeah, so I get it. Yeah.
So what level of fear did you have at that? Because for me, if somebody says you got level whatever, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like thrown into a tailspin.
Well, let me tell you this. So I've always been a person that wants to give back. Being in the healthcare industry, I have assessed patients all the time with types of cancer. I've done breast cancer walks. When I opened the bakery, my way to give back was to be able to do breast cancer awareness cakes to anybody who is currently fighting breast cancer or has beat breast cancer. So I've done that for years. Mm-hmm. They come in, I usually give out about 100 a year, and every October. So last October when I was interviewed, they asked me, why do you do this? Is it because you have breast cancer? Is it because close friends, family members? And I said, no, it's just because I've watched so many women go through it. So these women have come in, I've cried with them, I've hugged them. I told them, I don't know how you feel, but I know if you want to cuss, hit, cry, scream, I'm here for you.
Right.
And I've done that with a lot of women. So when I was diagnosed with it, it was almost like, okay, it's my turn, and I'm gonna get through this. It was scary because it was so invasive and it was so large that it did scare me. The worst thing you could do was look on the internet and try to read things because everything on the internet,
don't do that. Yeah.
So that was the hardest part about it. Was just looking at the internet and reading my test results and then comparing them on the internet. But I knew that I had a woman that come in the bakery and she also had breast cancer. And she said, it's not fair that we have to go through this. And I said, I don't have to. I get to go through it because this is a way I'm able to, I think God's going to use me to minister to a lot of women who've gone through what I've gone through. And I'm a positive person. So no matter what I do or go through in life, I try to find a positive way to deal with it. And that's the best way I could say that I've gotten, how I'm getting through this is being positive and being surrounded by so many amazing people. I tell you, the people that are surrounding me, a lot of them are my customers. Like I have a ton of customers that stop in, drop off something, pray with me, just let me know that they're thinking about me, prayer requests out. So that's been a huge
Where are you at now as far as your treatment?
I've done chemo. I did 2 stages of chemo. Chemo. I had my mastectomy, and I just finished radiation 2 weeks ago.
Good.
So I can't do any reconstruction until 6 months after I'm done with radiation. And right now I'm waiting for some test results to come back to see if there's any more mutations in my body.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, Matthew here with Tuck and Tuck Show. Thank you guys so much for being amazing supporters of the show. The guests have been awesome, and it's only going to get better. If you would like to be on the show or know of a guest that would be great on the show, send me an email, producer@tuckandtuck.com. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the show, send me an email as well. We'll get you a commercial, we'll get you on the show, and we'll have a great time.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show. Today's guest is brought to you by the Arb at Tappan Square.
Well, welcome back to Tuck and Tuck. We're here with Yvonne Chisholm.
Is it Yvonne or Yvonne?
Yvonne.
Yvonne. Is it really?
Yes.
Yvonne.
I always called you Yvonne.
Yvonne
Or
Chisholm.
Miss Chisholm.
Of Classie
Or the
Cakes.
cake lady.
The cake lady. Classy Cakes. Where are you located?
Right, 5324 Abbey Road on Sheffield Village, near Sam's Club.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sheffield Village, across the parking lot from Elyria.
Okay. So could you tell us you brought us some goodies today. Could you tell us about what you brought here?
Well, I brought you guys some, these are my ultimate desserts. They are like a brownie cheesecake. Sometimes they have cookies and cheesecake. It's just some fun little cute desserts. I brought you guys a couple. I knew that your favorite cupcake was either red velvet or German chocolate, so I made sure I brought you some of those and got carrot cake. And then just some cookies. We're doing a lot of the dessert trays for the holidays. So I just brought you guys some cookies.
Now, I've been in your bakery, and you sell a lot of keto products. Is that one of your bigger sellers?
Yeah, I don't call it keto. I call it my sweet alternatives because they are gluten-free, sugar-free, and low carb. So those, it's so funny. When I first opened my bakery up, I, started making, people would ask me about making keto cupcakes, and I'd made them, and then I just followed a recipe and made them. And when I tasted them, they were horrible, and people were buying them. So what I did was I took my time and went through and found a lot of like doctored recipes to make everything taste amazing.
What do you basically supplement for sugar?
I use monk fruit is what I use. And it's expensive, but it has.
I know a lot of
great
people were
natural
using
taste.
applesauce and other things, but I tasted some of it, and some of it's really bad if you don't have the. I've never heard of using that. That's different.
Monk fruit is amazing, and I use it in all of my desserts. And I have people who literally will buy my sweet alternative cheesecakes over the regular cheesecakes just because they love it. So.
Oh, that's great. So what else do you have coming up? Because I know you do other stuff in the community. What do you have coming up?
Right now we have at the bakery we have cupcakes and cocktail we have cupcakes and cocktails event coming up this month. Where we'll have vendors there, and it's just a fun evening. You come out and hang out. We used to do these before the pandemic. It was just nice, hang out, have vendors. You can do shopping and have some different types of desserts. We'll have that, and then we have we call it the cake and cake and sip, where you decorate cakes. That's a fun class. You come in, bring your friends, and I have all the tools and everything you need, and you guys follow me. Doing a cake demonstration. So you guys get to learn some techniques and then get to take cakes home with you.
Now, I've seen a lot of your cakes, and you do some really great designs. Like you do cakes that look like turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So before you became a baker, were you like very artistic? Were you?
Yeah, it's so funny. I realized just making cakes for my daughters that anything I could do with a brush, I can do with cake. And I've had a mural business called a Child's Fantasy Murals. And then they have a greeting card line called Destiny's Treasures greeting cards, where they were just African-American greeting cards, things that I didn't see in a store. I see them now, but back then I didn't see those, so then I made them. And art, I had art in art galleries. So whatever I could do with the paintbrush, I learned I could do with cake.
So you were an artist like in art gallery? Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I learned something new every day.
There you go.
So now you make a lot of wedding cakes. Like, what's the most expensive cake you've ever made for somebody?
No, yeah. So I mean, the more detail you get into, the more expensive it is. Sometimes I like to just do things for, like I have a cake tomorrow for, his name is Jeff. He's one of the chefs that won an award for the best chef in Ohio. So tomorrow he's having an event, and I get to go all out and make the cake. So it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Aren't you up for like best baker or something like that?
Yeah, mine is it's not just an Ohio award, but it's I've actually made it to the top 5. So I think they have 4 more days, and then they will pull for the first person, and that's so it's the best baker, and you win. The top prize is $10,000, and then a 2-page spread in a magazine.
And people can vote on that?
People can vote. I have the links on my page, on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page, and my cake page, which is Classie Cakes by Yvonne. So you can vote daily on there, and you can also pay for votes. So you can vote daily for free, or you can pay for votes. And paying for votes, you're actually donating to Children's Cancer Foundations.
Okay. So, well, hopefully you get more people to vote. Do you have, and everything you do is like Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, it's all under Classie Cakes?
All under Classie Cakes by Yvonne. CLASSIE Cakes by Yvonne.
Yeah, because some people can't spell. I mean, like me.
Well, I it's actually CLASSY. So of course,
That's what I thought. That's why I'm glad you. Yeah. So if you're out there and you see, go out there and vote. If you're out there, vote for Yvonne. She makes great cakes, cookies, cupcakes, keto. Don't you do cheesecakes as well?
I do cheesecakes. Yeah, I do everything. And for the holidays, we have tons of cocoa bombs, cash and carry gift ideas, edible gifts.
Now, for somebody that's kind of slow like me, explain what a cocoa bomb is, because everybody might not know.
Cocoa bombs are the chocolate bombs. You can buy them anywhere now, but mine are different. But you just put it in boiled milk and the best cup of hot cocoa. Well, mine are giant, and I'd say put them in a couple cups of milk, and it's their best cups of hot cocoa you could have.
Oh, okay, great.
You have any specials for Christmas or the holidays?
Yeah, we have tons. We'll have lots of dessert platters. We're still doing the turkey cakes because some people want turkey cakes for Christmas as well. And it's actually a cake that looks like a turkey, which was a very fun cake for me to do. So we had a few of those, and then so we'll have all the different dessert platters, cookies, the Christmas cookies. We'll have a lot of cash and carry items throughout the month as well. I think I should be a sponsor from now on, too.
Hey.
If you bring us cookies, yeah.
We talk to Matt. He'll come over and shoot a commercial for you.
Hey, sure.
He will.
It's no problem.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Looking. Yeah, we're looking. We're definitely looking.
Just bring us a pack of cookies, and you'll get all the commercials you want.
Wow.
Yeah, this covers you for the rest of the year.
You're good for the rest of the year.
We haven't got this from our other sponsors.
We are getting better. He bought us some beef jerky and some pop. So,
oh no, he hooked us up tonight. We got Reese's cups.
We got some orange slices. We're doing a lot better.
Got the whole 9 over there.
I still haven't got my car to get to here. So, all right. With that, we're gonna go to break.
Hi, welcome to the art.
Welcome back to the Tuck and Tuck Show. Today's guest is brought to you by The Art at Tappan Square.
All right, we're back with Yvonne Chisholm. I'm always going to say your name wrong. It just doesn't sound right. I always call you the cake lady. Whenever I'm talking to other people, like, it's the cake lady from Illyria. So recently, you have a grandson, right?
I do.
Is that like your pride and joy?
He's my favorite human.
Really?
Favorite human.
He's my favorite human.
What about your children? You have two.
Oh, they're lucky they came first.
Wow.
They wouldn't have come if it wasn't for him. He's my favorite.
What's his name?
Xavier.
So and most people I know that become grandparents, they love their grandparents way more than
Their grandkids,
their
yes.
children.
Grandkids,
My
yeah.
mother tells us all the time, she's like, I really don't like you guys, but I love your children.
Yep.
So I've been told that more than once.
I believe it.
Yeah,
She's never told me that. That's just you.
Ask her. Yeah, you ask her and see. She likes the grandkids way more than us. But I mean, she's probably tired of me anyway. So other than, you got those. What are they up to these days?
Well, my daughter is a book editor for the Junior Library Guild, and my other daughter is in college for marketing, and that's about it. So she's finishing up that. My other daughter, my Destiny's home. She decided to stay home while I was going through my cancer journey, and then she's going to be looking at going back to New York or Seattle.
All right.
Decided.
Now Matt was asking if you were married, single, what?
I'm engaged.
You're engaged?
Yes.
You didn't bring your fiance with you?
No, he actually, plays drums on the side. He's in a jazz band, so he plays Sunday nights.
Oh, so he's playing today?
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
At Fredericks in Cleveland.
What's the name of the band that he plays for?
The Mike Austin Quartet.
Is that, you said Mike Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you kind of ran them together.
Yeah,
for
Mike Austin. Yeah, Mike Austin.
All right, that should be, I'm surprised you're not there.
No.
I don't hang out like that
I go
anymore.
sometimes. I do go sometimes,
Yeah.
but
Is it like it's like a jazz band?
yeah. And it's a great band. I go with them sometimes, but with having the bakery, it makes it hard. And when I have a chance to sleep,
I wanted to ask you about you said you were an artist.
yeah.
Did you go to art school or?
I did take art while I was in school. I never went to art school. Like, literally, I've been blessed with a lot of talents. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, it just runs in my family, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Most most artists, that's how it happens. Either you got talent or you don't. There's certain things you can learn, but there's certain things that you just have to do naturally.
yeah, I think murals is probably my favorite thing I've ever done because it's up there and it's not something you just eat. Like, one of the hardest things for me is spending hours and hours on a cake and then going to a party and then watching them cut it. Like, they don't even have any. They don't care about my feelings.
You got that kind of artist mentality. You can't. No, you can't do that. That's doing cakes.
I have to leave.
Oh,
Don't invite
yeah.
me to the party if I didn't spend hours on a cake because then it just breaks my heart to watch you cut it.
Cut it up.
I just gonna eat it.
So I recently seen where you posted where there's young people that are starting to become bakers and do kind of what you do.
Yeah.
Does that worry you, or what do you see that you're amazed by?
I don't. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said that when I started, there was not a lot of people in the area that did what I do. And everything I've done was self-taught. Like, I've never taken a class. Everything I've done. So when I do things, it might be a little different because I've taught myself how to do it. So that's the difference. I'm watching a lot of younger people come up. Now, a lot of them are going to culinary school I never did all of that. So actually, they could probably teach me some stuff. But it's nice to see so many people. Now, does it take away from me? Yeah, I have overhead. I have, the bakery, and so many people are doing it from home, which I did as well. So It is what it is. But it's kind of come to a point where I'm like leaving, let the younger people do it eventually. I love what I do, but it's.
So you ever think? I know how difficult is it to run that bakery on a daily? Because for me, if I was you, I'm just saying for me, and I went through what you went through, I'd be like, you know what? I'm tired. I had enough. Do you ever have those days?
I do. And I right now, this next month is going to be deciding because the world has changed so much in addition to we're literally in a, we went through the pandemic, but we're still going through a financial hardship and just in our area. I think it's all over right now. So you don't have the people wanting to spend the type of money for those types of cakes again. And then you're still dealing with, you have so many people around here that do them as well. So, I look at what I've gone through, and I still have a journey to go. So I'm still deciding whether or not I want to keep the bakery open or not. And that's just something I'm praying about and putting into God's hands. And
do you do any online business?
I do. And that's one of the things that regardless whether I keep the bakery open or not, I will still do my sweet alternatives, and I hope to just do a lot of shipping, and
it's a lot less overhead too.
A lot less overhead,
right?
And again, I enjoy baking. I enjoy doing the decorating and things like that. But you never know where life is going to lead you.
No, you don't, because I never thought I'd be sitting here talking to you doing the podcast. So
right,
you never know what's going to happen. Yeah. All right, well, I am getting a wrap up signal this time, so I'm going to wrap the show. And I'm going to thank you for coming on the show. You've been great.
Yeah, great guest.
You've been,
Appreciate it.
We usually don't let people from Malaria or Lorraine, whatever, on the show.
Yeah, we do.
I don't. I really don't even interview them. So
we're just a melting pot. We're all so close.
Yeah, it's one
not
big
the same.
melting pot.
It's not the same. So we have sponsors, and you said you're going to sponsor us, right?
Yeah.
And you said you're going to give us like $300 a month, was it?
Don't answer. Don't answer him.
Calories. That's what the calories.
Yeah, 300 calories.
So you're gonna give us? It don't matter. We'll put you out. We'll put your name out there because we like you, and how many views we get a week? Probably about 600-700. So that'll reach a little bit more people for you that don't maybe not know who you are.
Well, I appreciate.
So that'll be great. But yeah, we'll sponsor. Just drop by a cake. Every once in a while, we'll keep the commercials going, keep your name out there in the public, because we get sponsored by the ARB and
Prestige
Detailing.
Detailing Auto, yeah.
Yeah, my truck is dirty, and
Oberlin Weekly.
And Oberlin Weekly. Well, that's
don't forget Oberlin Weekly, man.
Oh yeah, Oberlin Weekly. But thanks again for coming on the show.
Well,
it wasn't that bad, was it?
Not at all.
Goes fast too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see you next week.